Welcome to another edition of the Weekend Storage Warrior. So most of my videos are about storage auctions, but this video is going to be about RAM memory sticks. How much money they're worth, how much gold is in them, and what is the best way to sell them. This is a topic that sort of ties into storage auctions, because if you buy a lot of storage units, you get a lot of old computers, and if you cannot sell the computers, this represents a little additional income stream that you can realize without just tossing them into the trash or donating them to the e-waste people. So without further ado, let's talk about RAM sticks. Well, today we're going to talk about selling RAM sticks. What is a RAM stick? Well, this is a RAM stick. It's a little circuit board that has a very thin layer of gold plate on these things called tabs. And where do they come from? Well, they come from inside computers. If you open up a computer, this is an old worthless Windows XP computer that doesn't work. You pull these little tabs off, and there's this little thing, and there it is, a RAM stick. And that actually is gold. So the first thing we're going to do here is weigh them. I have 100 of these, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So let's see how much they weigh. Zero it out. $14 ounces, 1 pound, and we've got 4 pounds, 5.9 ounces. So let's just call it 4 pounds, 6 ounces. So 4 pounds, 6 ounces is equal to 4.375 pounds. So if there's 100 of those in 4.375, that means there's 22.85 RAM sticks per pound. There's 22 of these in a pound. So how much is a pound of these worth? Well, let's take a look on eBay and see what they're going for. Alright, so here we are on eBay completed listings. Here is a lot of 10 pounds gold memory for scrap gold recovery. Sold for $179.95 for 10 pounds with free shipping. Oh no, that with $9.95 shipping. So the math there is straightforward. That's $18 a pound on eBay. Now there's a few places online that you can mail your gold scrap e-waste to that will buy it and write you a check. So let's see what they're paying by comparison. So this is one site called boardsort.com. I'm not recommending this. I'm not recommending it. I'm just using it as a comparison. This company is in Ohio, and they buy all kinds of gold bearing scrap, from everything from hard drives to whole laptops. But in our case, what we're looking for is these right here. They call them gold only fingered memory RAM. They're paying $15.50 per pound, and you have to mail it to them, and you pay for the postage. Okay, so eBay $18 a pound, and BoardSort $15.50 per pound. So if I sell these on eBay and I get $18 a pound, eBay has fees, PayPal has fees, so those usually are about 15% of the sale price. So if you multiply that by 18 or 0.85, 85%, you're actually getting $15.30 a pound versus $15.50 a pound on board sort. So about the same. Of course, you've got to take into account that you have to mail them to Ohio. So if that costs $10 for me to ship 4 pounds to Ohio, that cuts your price per pound down to $13.21 a pound. So you're doing slightly better selling them on eBay. Really just a personal preference which one you want to do. So let's figure out how much we would get for all these ram sticks. 4.375 pounds times $15.30 a pound means these are worth $66.93. Call it $67. And since there was 100 of them, that works out to 67 cents each. So these are definitely worth saving. It takes a lot of them before you start making any money, but I save them. I mean, I don't throw these away. Why would I throw these away? All right, so to summarize, I have determined that if I sell these memory sticks on eBay, I will get $67. So that brings up the question, well, what if you wanted to try to take the gold off of these yourself and then sell the gold? So there's a couple of ways to do that. One way is to trim these tabs off and then soak that in acid for a while, and the copper underneath dissolves and you get these little gold foils. So how much gold would we recover that way? So I've seen a couple different figures. I saw one YouTube video that said for 100 ram sticks you get 1 gram of gold. I've also seen YouTube videos that say for every pound of these you get 2.5 grams of gold. So if I have 100 sticks, each of the trimmings weighs 1 gram. That's 0.22 pounds. And at 2.5 grams of gold recovered per pound, that's a little more than 1/2 gram of gold that you could recover out of these. So just trimming off the tabs and recovering the gold that way, somewhere between 1/2 gram and 1 gram of gold, that's worth at the top end about $42 if it's pure gold. Right now with gold at $13.20 something an ounce. Okay, so if we trimmed all the tabs off of these and went through that process with the acid, we're looking at getting back 1 gram of gold. And then board sort will pay you $3 a pound for these things. So there's another 4 pounds, it's another $12. So if 1 gram of pure gold is $42 plus 12, that's $54 back, trimming off the tabs and selling the boards after you've trimmed them. That's still actually less than you would get just selling them whole on eBay. So that brings up the question, well, why are they paying for these anyways? Because there's gold in these integrated circuits. That's where their profit margin is. They wouldn't pay you more than the gold is worth. And apparently there's different grades of these. These with the metal are high grade. These with the little small squares are medium grade, and then these with the rectangular circuits are low grade. Now most of the ones I have are low grade, but from the best information I could get for these, if you recover all of the gold, including the tabs and the circuits and the boards, the recovery is somewhere between 2.5 and 7 grams of gold per kilogram of sticks. So let's say on the low end we get 2.5 grams back. This is a slightly less than 2 kilograms. So that is actually the most money of all. If you could get all the gold out of these on call it 2 kilograms. That's 5 grams of gold at $42 a gram. That's more than $200 worth of gold in these. So let me say that again. If it is true that there is 2.5 grams of gold per kilogram in these things, this is 2 kilograms. That means there's 5 grams of gold right here. That is worth $210 melt value if it's pure gold. Now, I don't know if that figure is correct. That came from a YouTube site called Gold Recovery. But if it is, by far and away, the most way to get the most money out of these would be to recover all of the gold. Unfortunately, that's a very difficult process. If you want to just trim the tabs and soak them in a little muriatic acid and get the foils, that's one thing. But to get into these integrated circuits, and involves a lot of chemistry and really strong acids and fume hoods and rubber gloves and titrations, and it's not a simple process. So I don't recommend doing that unless you like chemistry. Anyhow, to summarize, how much can we get for these 100 gram sticks? Well, we could sell them on eBay and get 67 net. You can sell them to an online buyer and get 58 net if you don't like eBay. You could trim off the tabs, recover a gram of gold, and then sell the bare boards to Board Sort and get $50, assuming you get 42 for 1 gram of gold, which is quite an incorrect assumption, but we'll use it anyway. Or if you could somehow get all the gold out of these things, you could get back $210 in gold out of 100 ram sticks. That would be nice. So it's just another little thing to think about if you're doing storage units. You get these old computers, you can just pull these things out. It's very easy, and if you want, you can salvage the rest of it. These cards have a scrap value, the motherboards have a scrap value, and the CPU has a very high scrap value, even higher than these. These are CPUs, lots of gold in those. So, of course, it comes down to the same old question. Is it worth the time to do it? I mean, let's say you get back $6 in scrap out of a computer. It takes you half an hour to take it all apart. That's not a real high rate of return per hour. But on the other hand, if you have the time and you do it when you feel like doing it and save these things up little by little, pretty soon you got 5 pounds of them and you have a nice paycheck. Anyhow, that's it for this movie. We'll try to get to some more auctions here pretty soon and make some more storage auction videos. But until then, I hope that that was helpful in determining the value of 100 RAM sticks. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.